everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Anussha, and today I will not be speaking about decolonizing conversations. I'm going to be talking about my second graduation project, The Fully Functioning Person. It's a board game that is a blend between psychology and philosophy. So I take a lot of inspiration from Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Carl Rogers' fully functioning person. So my starting point was what happens, how do people continue to be motivated once their fundamental needs are fulfilled? And Carl Rogers' quote says it's not about the destination, it's about the direction. So how do you stay motivated in the direction? So we all want to keep moving forward, like to go from one, like incrementally go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, but that can sort of be limiting, and also life isn't like that. So you end up moving a lot more laterally, so from 1 to 3 to 6, and then you move forward, and then you move backward, and you move sideways. So the fully functioning person sort of emphasizes on moving and the journey of the players based on the varying circumstances and personal values. So there are 3 characters in the game. One is underdog, and as you'd expect, the underdog is bogged down by the circumstances. They have to be against the odds to move forward, and so we give the characters based on that. And then there's the problem solver. So here the problem solver is more street smart, and they're able to find ingenious or creative ways to solve problems and move forward. And then is the collaborator. So the collaborator brings community and really emphasizes on the value that other people bring and how the whole community can move forward together. So the collaborator has that essential quality, and I'm sure we all know people like that. So the game brings these 3 personalities together, and the players have to embody that in a role play, and then you have to answer like the players and move forward in the game. And so we give different circumstances. For example, at step 1 we say, okay, your character is been given the opportunity to move abroad, but they don't know anyone, so that's a problem. And they don't know the language, and they have to leave everything behind and like go across the world. So it's a big decision. So as the underdog, how would your player react? What are the motivations of the player to make this decision? As a problem solver, how would your character respond to this situation? And as a collaborator, how would your character respond to the situation? And the main thing of this game is the difference between intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. So for example, if I make this decision based on my personal values, I'm more likely to be consistent with that action, and therefore it's easier to move forward. But if I make my decisions based on extrinsic motivation, so if I do something and I get rewarded by it, or if certain people, I'm doing it for if there's the cognitive dissonance between what I'm doing and what I'm feeling, then I'm less likely to be consistent with it. So that's maybe not the best way to become a fully functioning person. So I give this answer, and then we sort of discuss it with the rest of the players and decide whether it's a viable way to move forward in the game or to the next step. I wouldn't say like forward can mean different directions, like progress in the game. And with that brief explanation of the game, we reach the end of the video. I hope you get a better understanding of my graduation project, and I will be back with the next video to explain a bit more in detail about the research and the next steps about it, and just how the testing sessions go and the story behind why and how I came with this idea.